welcome back to my channel Drish. I'm Drishtanta, and today in our channel we will be discussing or analytically studying about Rahul Mishra's Fall 2021 Couture collection. So he was a guest at Chambre Syndicale de la Haute Couture, Paris, and this was his fourth time presenting in that Paris Fashion Week. He debuted at Paris Fashion Week in January 2019, and then in July 2020, and then in January 2021, and now in July 2021. So the collection is called The Shape of Air. This collection is inspired from a pre-pandemic family vacation in Santorini, Greece. Through his signature 3D embroideries, Rahul Mishra channeled memories of him visiting Santorini into his garments. It's a pretty much direct interpretation of your inspiration. It's like that the audience doesn't have to think much when they look in your inspiration. They instantly know that, oh, this person is inspired from this object, and there's nothing to really think about. For example, in this collection he have used buildings of Santorini, which when you see them you instantly recognize that, okay, this is Santorini and his inspiration is from there. Is it a good thing? I mean, I don't know, but I think if the audience is left to think a bit, of what the designer is kind of trying to show through his garments, I think it is more exciting rather than something which is into your face and you don't really have to think about it. But having said that, this collection is not only a direct interpretation of Santorini, there is another element to it, and there is actually 5 more elements to it which he kind of brought in the Indian version to it. But before that, Rahul Mishra came across a quote from Monet about the impossible challenge of painting on canvas the beauty of air. Rahul Mishra was questioning himself of how can he interpret air into his dresses, or how can he make air into an actual garment, which is quite conceptual. That's why the collection is called The Shape of Air. And it is then when he brought in the Indian element to it. Is in Hindu culture, everything on earth is made by 5 elements: earth, fire, water, wind, and space. He started looking at the island of Santorini with respect to these 5 elements, and he had these elements translated by artisans into beautiful handmade embroideries. So throughout his collection he have only used his 5 elements, which is majorly flashing over his garments. And the first inspiration, the Santorini. The second inspiration is that he tries to interpret air in his garment, and the third inspiration is the 5 elements of earth, the Hindu version. So by combining all these 3 inspiration, or you can say 3 different section of his thought process or design process, he have to come up with this 22-piece collection. And it is quite interesting to look at his collection, even though I wouldn't mind using the word boring a bit, but it is interesting. First, let me show you the 5 elements, how he have used these elements in his entire collection, and then we can go on the looks of the collection. So earth, he have represented by the island landscape. So let's start with earth. So he have represented earth with this island's landscape, reproduced by tiny feather-like squares of delicate sheer organza, those embroidered. For water, he have used shimmering sequined scallops in silver and blue. For fire, he have used the colors of red and orange, which also kind of represent the sunsets of Santorini. For air and space, he have used or kind of created a series of ballooning concoctions in sheer white organza in the shape of clouds, which is the air, and Santorini buildings which they have made in squares are trapped inside it, which is the space. So the balloon represents, or that shape represents air, and inside that he have used those tiny square embroideries where he have drawn the houses of Santorini, and he have put it uh, inside those airy space which represents, and as a whole it represents space. So it is quite a thought process, and I truly respect it, and I truly am amazed by the way he have used them in his collection. And he do realize that air and space was for him the most hardest to represent, or transform them into a garment, but I think he have really done justice to it. Really, this was the entire concept behind his couture collection, which is basically his trip to Santorini. And yeah, so let's get into the looks now. Okay, the show started with this first look, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I first thought the show started with some bridal look, and Rahul Mishra started with some brides in his collection, and I was not expecting then what I came to know later, and I honestly thought it was some bridal look, but I was wrong. And this look is something very this look, him putting it on the first look, putting this on the first look, Rahul Mishra is very smart, because this was for him the hardest to interpret into dress. He have shown here the entire concept of air and space. You can, when you zoom it, you can see inside, you can see the houses of Santorini, which represents Earth, and it is engulfed in this white organic organza cloth, and that cloth represents air, and it is engulfing the entire city of Santorini, and that engulfing thing kind of represents space. So putting it in the first opening look is quite interesting, and I wouldn't mind those shimmery pants. Those are pretty beautiful for me, and I wish I could see the upper part, but yeah, it's a good start to the collection. This is look 2, and well, now I understand the concept and all, but hey, this is something, the garment is not flattering enough, and I mean, not at all. Even the silhouette is so basic, and those things coming out from the shoulder and the waist is making it even look more, some kind of, what do I say? I don't know if you can zoom it. I don't. Is it? Does it look good? No, it still doesn't look good. But I can see if those things were not present there, I think it would have looked much better, considering the simple silhouette that he have used. But of course, with those things, it is making it look a bit ugly. So next, this look is again another simple silhouette, a tier skirt, but I can still somehow see this on the red carpet, maybe. And again, I'm sorry to say, this kind of looked like some art and craft thing for me from a distance, but when we look close, it's very pretty. It's intricate embroidery, but as a whole, when you see it, it kind of looks very basic. Look, this is look 4, and this look is actually quite interesting, but I think the fabric that they have used in the upper part, that could have been omitted, and only the garment could be of that shape, and if the garment would have taken the shape of the body, it would have been looked even more beautiful, because when the model walks in the doors, it kind of moves, and each ruffle, or each fringe has intricate embroidery in them, and it's quite beautiful. But those two were the only concerns. So yeah, look 5, not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite looks from the collection. especially the top and the sheer skirt kind of a thing. And I can definitely see this on a red carpet. It is very pretty, and maybe a little bit more volume on the skirt would have made it more beautiful, but again, this is also something which I stand for. And yeah, look 6 is the showstopper look for me. It is the look um, because by far it is the most attractive look that I have come across in the whole collection, and I really wish it could have been a show closing look, and especially this balloon puffed kind of cocoon shaped sleeve slash top, slash all in one thingy, with that pencil skirt. It's not exactly pencil skirt, but something of that shape, and the fringes of the skirt, and it's a big yes for me, the entire look. And maybe sometime too much embroidery makes a garment a little bit messy and too busy. So here we don't have much we have sequins only, I guess, and not much disturbance happening in the garment, and it is making it look amazing. So this dress has stole the entire show for me. 7, this is a very disappointing silhouette. I mean, it is not even fitting properly for the model, and or maybe it is made that way, but either way it is kind of too much happening, and I really don't think so a person would be comfortable wearing that, and or any person would want to wear something like that. But again, when you zoom it, it is very intricate, but as a whole, from outside point of view, it kind of looks not so much appealing to me. So look 8, this is a signature Rahul Mishra jacket, and we have seen them in previous collection as well. And this pants, maybe it's a yes, I love the pants, but I can imagine this pants with a bikini top, maybe, because two heavy things kind of, when put together, it kind of doesn't go much well. So with those pants, something lighter on the top, or with those jackets, something lighter in the bottom, is something which I personally feel. And this similar kind of jacket could be seen in look 19, but here the buttons are closed and the sleeves, they have a balloon puff in them. I mean, I don't know, since these two heavy guy things are kind of together, it doesn't look quite appealing to me, but I'm pretty sure if they are put apart, they would look amazing and absolutely beautiful. And moving on to look 9 and look 11, they these for me is again another red carpet kind of a dress possibility of seeing them in red carpet. I love them both, but they're both kind of similar. There's a little difference in the skirt structure, but I think I'm more into the darker version of it. And yeah, so look 10, I totally love the fall of the garment, the embroidery, how it falls from here with those pleats, and this exact silhouette is already seen in a Rahul Mishra fashion show before. I think it is seen on a Couture show itself. And yeah, I mean, I'm really not a big fan of the silhouette, but the way the embroidery is falling with the pleats and the way it is looking in front of you, it is very appealing to the eye and it's beautiful. Okay, this and look 12 and look 14, I'm honestly really not a big I mean, I kind of feel this could have been done in a more better way. And of course, here I have to say one thing, this is something which Rahul Mishra doesn't usually do. obviously Rahul Mishra is out of his comfort zone in this collection. He's doing something new out of the box. He's not thinking commercially anymore. He's thinking, bit of being wild and trying new things, and trying with the fabrics or the silhouettes, especially silhouettes. And it is really interesting and really good that he is bringing something new to the table, something new for his brand, and I completely support him in that. It is a good thing, and if this is the pace where Rahul Mishra is going forward with, I'm pretty sure Rahul Mishra is going to put a mark in this industry, especially internationally, because if this is where he is willing to go, and this is where he is trying to change things, and I can see Rahul Mishra going into amazing places, and it's just quite exciting and interesting thing that an Indian brand is kind of going into such heights. So yeah, even though I'm not a big fan, I will still kind of give it a point. Look 13, it is interesting, except the part in their section with those dots. If those were not there, had it been a real off shoulder, I would have loved it more. And otherwise it's just another mini dress, short dress, which we will see again in this. Another short dress, another short dress, and this look 17 is again one of my favorites from the collection. And I don't know, somehow somewhere it is giving me a Japanese kimono look, although it is not related, but it is somehow giving me that vibe. But the embroidery, the sleeves, the silhouette, everything is balanced in this look. And or maybe the way the model is posing is also really matters, and maybe that is also enhancing the look. But this is a look which I love it. Okay, now the bubble air dresses that we were talking about. Rahul Mishra opened the show with one of these dresses, or a dress from this section, and this garment quite looks like another short dress, but the embroidery fringes kind of look different in this dress. But I wish I could see the dress again. But the organza bubble thingy have clouds drawn in them, so that's another detail that we might have missed in the first garment. Look 20, this look is a jacket or a blazer look, is quite a thing, and I can and this look can make some iconic red carpet looks, and or iconic red carpet movements for me, I guess, although I'm completely ignoring the fact how ugly those ruffles look even from close. But somehow with that blazer it is going so perfectly well, and together it is coming out really cool, and I wouldn't really mind seeing that dress in a red carpet. 21, another short dress. This is the closing look of Rahul Mishra's collection. This is a giant tulle ruffle gown with sequins, and maybe those, this is just what I'm assuming, maybe they have chosen this garment to be the closing garment because the color is orangic, and it somehow represent the sunset in Santorini. And but do I like the gown? I mean, not really. But yeah, that was it. That was Rahul Mishra's Couture 2021 collection review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys might have your opinions, and you're free to give them in the comment section. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe to Ish.